with the broadcaster and journalist Badisha and the writer Matthew Stadlin. And of course, we are pushed for time, guys, so let's go straight on into it. Matt, your first story, page 4 of the Express. The European Union attempting to punish the United Kingdom after Brexit. I mean, who'd have thought it?
Who'd have thought? I'm going to be really quick in this one because I'm desperate to get the dog who went to the pub story in later, Neil.
Don't worry, we will get it on, I promise. Don't you worry.
This is about Jacob Rees-Mogg, who's the Secretary of State for Brexit opportunities, if there are such things. And you guess what I voted for, and also for government efficiency. And he's basically saying that the EU is trying to punish Britain for Brexiting, for leaving the EU. This is a story that has been rumbling on and is now reaching fever pitch. It's about the sort of de facto border down the Irish Sea, the checks on goods between Britain and Northern Ireland, the DUP desperately against the Northern Ireland Protocol because it aligns Northern Ireland with the rest of Ireland. And this is a huge story because, of course, it was Boris Johnson's government who negotiated the Brexit deal, and they're now considering, whether it's bluff or not, ripping up a significant part of it. So you might blame Boris Johnson's government, you might blame the EU, but the consequences of what happens if they do rip this up are possibly extreme because there could be a trade war. We've already got massive inflation, as we were talking about earlier, in this country and within the EU. So everyone's a loser if they don't sort this out quickly.
Badisha, bog off. Page 2 of the Times. Buy one, get one free.
Well, you bog off too. OK, so this is about pounds of actual flesh versus pounds sterling. You'll remember back in 2020, after his near-fatal brush with death, having COVID, Boris Johnson vowed that he would make sure that there was a lot less pre-9 p.m. Advertising of food that is high in salt, sugar and fat. He was going to put curbs on unhealthy food, tackle the obesity crisis, tackle buy one, get one free offers, 2-for-1 offers that actually encourage people to buy more than they need. That's now on hold because under pressure from all of his backbenchers who are businessmen themselves and who are also putting pressure on Johnson to get rid of unconservative ideas such as the nanny state telling people that they're fat and they should eat less and exercise more. Johnson is dialing down, holding back, delaying by a year all of these promises that he made. So don't expect any lessening of all of these convenience food, junk food adverts, promotions happening anytime soon.
Page 2 of the Telegraph, Matthew, an interesting one, this. Nazanin Zaghari-Ratcliffe being very candid with Boris Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, who wasn't impressed by Nazanin when she gave that press conference a couple of months after finally being released back to Britain from Iran? We should be absolutely clear about this. The people ultimately responsible for her incarceration, sometimes solitary confinement in Iran, was the Iranian regime, which in my view is an evil regime. But in 2017, notoriously, Boris Johnson, then Foreign Secretary, he said, and it was wrong, and catastrophically wrong, that Nazanin had been teaching journalism over there. That was a terrible gaffe, and Nazanin believes, and Iranian media, I believe, have reported it to have been the reason why she was kept in prison for longer than she otherwise might have been. So she spoke truth to power when she met the Prime Minister for the first time after this ordeal yesterday in Downing Street and said to him that she'd been living in the shadow of his words for 4.5 years.
Right, Badisha, let's skip a story, shall we, and go to page 27 of The Guardian, because the little trail I have here is brilliant. The Queen Barbie doll has sold out. You get 30 seconds, on you go.
Oh, they made 20,000 of them. You could buy them for 95 quid from lovely John Lewis, patriotic John Lewis, and then they migrated onto eBay for double the amount because capitalism. But you can get these lovely Jubilee dolls. There might be more of them coming soon, Mattel are hinting. If you look at them, not going to lie, she looks pretty good. She looks like Helen Mirren with a dash of Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, it's a good look. Final story of the day, Matt. On you go. A dog walks into a pub.
Yeah, hang on, Helen Mirren with a dash of Kate Blanchett. I love that description. It's perfect. Yes, this is my favourite story. I know it's your favourite story, Neil. This is the dog that went to the pub. This is in Stockport in Greater Manchester. Mark Howarth was out, I think, at a casino, and he locked his front door from the outside, but of course he was you're able to open it, in this case, from the inside. And that is exactly what Woody the Rottweiler managed to do. He opened the door from the inside, strolled down to the pub, the local, which is a whole mile away, where apparently he's given so many treats, he absolutely loves it. Turned up at the bar, quite literally, and the barman then had to call Mark to tell him that he had his hound. Wonderful opportunities for headlines, of course. Rover's return, pour us a large one. I just love this story.
No. The big question is, was he feeling rough the next day? Matt, Padisha, we will leave it there. Thanks again. Always entertaining. We'll be back after this with more on Ukraine.